Okay, so I got this census household form. It's just a form to the residents. I'm not a resident. But anyway, it's got this information. They just want to know who's where. They don't actually, I don't even think, I don't know, they haven't. I mean, if you're homeless, there's no place for you to reply if you don't have an address. So it's really who's on land, who's on what land. So I don't know. They just look at dwellings. If you've got a dwelling, I just want to show you something. It talks a lot about all the details, and again, it's got this. When you put in feedback, that's apartheid. Okay, because there's a section where it says what background you have. So it says, is this a person of Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander origins? And then later it says, let me just find it, it's still talking about living. And then it says here, which country was the person born, right? Let me keep finding. Language, okay. Yeah, language. So it's got language and English, all right. And then it's got later on, it says here. So it's got what is the person's ancestry. So isn't it automatically, if you've got Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, doesn't that automatically make you, or do they cross over to be Australian? Like, or can Australians just turn into Aboriginal Torres Strait Islanders? Because if your ancestry is Australian, but you say I'm an Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander, back on that other question, isn't that a bit shifty? So you could shift in Australian to Aboriginal or Aboriginal to Australian. That's fucked up, isn't it? Because it says other ancestry, but like, I don't understand. Anyway, up to 4 ancestries only. That means your grandparents. So they're looking at your grandparents, basically. Oh, actually, it doesn't have to be grandparents. It could be any ancestry, I think. So mine, say for example, I'd be Australian, Scottish, Irish, British, and maybe Norse in the background. Because don't forget, Scotland and England are part of British, and Irish is separate. If you want to add Scottish, well, it's up to you. Those are my 4 that I've just said before. And here it says religion. If you're going to fill it out, religion for the Kingdom of Australia, you go down to this where it says other and write Holy Church of Australia. Because I used to write here, I used to put Anglican and Latter-day Saints here because because I thought I was actually Anglican, and my natural mother sort of put me into the LDS, so I used to put both. But my dad was born Catholic, and yeah, so and I was in the Uniting Church, but I was actually a Methodist. I was baptized Methodist, but I thought I was Anglican, so I didn't know. So I used to have 2. But if for Kingdom of Australia, sorry about my nails, I've been really busy today cleaning my car and putting the cover on. I'm all oily. Yeah, so for Kingdom of Australia, that's Holy Church of Australia here in this option, if you're filling it in. If you're not filling it in, This is a federal thing, okay? Even though it says Australian Bureau of Statistics. I think they just want to know who's on the land. They are still the administrator, so they do still have a duty and obligation. And let me say, I'm just going to say this, you don't have to, it doesn't matter, whatever, okay, if you've got the form or not. I've skipped censuses before. I think I should put, I feel I have a duty to put Holy Church of Australia in this option here. I feel like I should fill it out and put that there, because they're starting to realise that we exist in the courts. They're really starting to go, oh, hang on. And I'm going to show you something in a minute. It's quite interesting. So it's going into health ideas, assistance or supervision. Oh yeah, that's to do with health. Use capital letters only. Get fucked. Yeah, so it's got options for up to 6 people. Only continue for page 15 or more. Yeah, so I don't know why that. I don't know what they have got the racial background this time. They said they weren't doing that, but they're doing it. So if you haven't got an income, it doesn't have an option for. Oh, there's nil or negative. Yeah. So if you've cut losses, yeah, it's quite interesting. So my charity is up in there if I'm going to put it there. Doesn't employ anybody, right? And seriously, if you are a peacemaker, write peacemaker here. And even if it says up here no income, or wherever it is back in the other page, okay, you don't have to fill in everything else, because it's not, you don't get paid for that, apparently, unless people decide they're going to support peacemakers. How did the person get to work on that day? Right? Did not go to work. Had no whatever. There's lots of questions. Yeah, so that's the sense. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I just wanted to show you that religion question for the kingdom if you're going to participate. And I'm not saying do or don't. I've participated, I've not participated. I don't know. For this one, I feel like it's more important to get that Holy Church of Australia out there, so the government starts to wake up and realise that we exist. And I just want to show you, I'm not going to show you the email, but I'm going to just show you the Sale Magistrates Court has communicated back with my question. I've made some questions, and I just want to show you this. See this sentence here? They've changed it now. Sorry, let me get my pencil. They've changed it here. MCV acknowledges and pays respect to ancestors of this country, elders, knowledge holders, and leaders past and present. Now, a while back, probably during the week, I wrote to the tribunal. It might have been last week or the week before. I wrote to the tribunal, human rights, replied to me and said, we don't mix the two jurisdictions, go to the Magistrates Court. Well, I wrote back and said thank you, but I also said I would appreciate if the judiciary, because it had Aboriginal like this, and it had talking about Aboriginal people here in these sentences, and I wrote back and I said we would prefer the judiciary and their related services to be more neutral, because as a subject of the Australian Imperial Crown, I feel that this is a breach of the Criminal Code Act 1995 Commonwealth, sections 268.22 and 268.100. It's both a humanity crime and a war crime. And I said, and I don't appreciate those kind of crimes being committed on our land. We are the naked owners, and we do not wish to be committed apartheid against, especially anti-white apartheid. We've had enough. And so then I saw this, I don't know what date this is. I'm not going to go through the email because I don't want to share everything that's on there. I can turn away for a minute, can't I? Let me just look what date it was. Yesterday, so that was Friday. Yep, okay. So, but yeah, so that came through. So that's a Magistrates Court of Victoria official email. And so, yep, they've started to change. The courts know we exist. It's not, you know, this is just Sale, but Melbourne, I think that might be a general thing. MCV fosters a diverse and inclusive workplace that reflects the community we serve. I am committed to translating the principles of inclusion and equality into action. Be careful with this inclusive, diverse and inclusive. It means non-whites predominantly over others. Be careful about that. Because inclusion and equality, there's no such thing. Okay, we're never going to be equal to everybody. Like, Western kind makes Western countries, African kind makes African countries, Asian kind makes Asian countries. When you get mixed, it's a mixed. You can't have cohesion at all, because it becomes multiracialism. It's totally different. There's no such thing as multiculturalism, because we have to have a lineage. So that doesn't work in the real world. It's just, excuse me, it's an idea foisted upon us by people who want to dissolve our country. Yes, but I just wanted to let you know that the Magistrates Court has made a nice change there. It's kind of good, right? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I had to say. I think that's all I had to say. I had one more thing, but I didn't write it down, and so now I can't think what it was. I can make a short one later. Okay, that's it. Enjoy. Good night.